Okay. So, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone who is listening right now to this podcast interview?
My name is Josh Martinez. I'm on air in New York City. Mainly, I'm based out of New York City, my hometown, at the world famous Z100. I'm also on air every weekday in Cincinnati, and then in dozens of cities through the Hit Nation channel on iHeartMedia that gets broadcasted overnight through dozens of different markets across the country. So that's a lot of fun as well. And then on the weekends, I'm on air, Chicago, Phoenix, among others. So it's a lot of fun. I love what I do. So depending on where you are watching this from and living, maybe I'm in your city. Who knows, right? Nobody knows nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to the first question. The first question is, how did you get into the radio business?
I've always wanted to be an entertainer all my life. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. And I realized that going to community college for an acting degree, a theater degree, was going to get me nowhere in life because I live in New York City. So people that are getting opportunities to act, they're doing it full time. They don't need to go to school for it. You're either talented or you're not. You either got it or you don't. You know what I mean? So living in New York City, people are chasing this dream full time, going full blown at it. And I'm over here going to school, taking science and math and a foreign language. That's useless to be a drama major. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And midway through my third semester of community college, I dropped out. The College of Staten Island, I dropped out and didn't really have a plan. And I kept, every time I played video games, I would always put the game on mute, and I would put on the radio. And it would always either be Z100, Power 105, or sports, ESPN Sports, mainly ESPN Radio. And I love sports radio. And there was always a commercial I heard for the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which is now like CFP School of Multimedia. They changed the name, who knows. But I went there and did an 8-week program. I actually went there to try to do TV. Fell in love with the music side of things, got an internship on the music side. And at that point, I was just like, okay, well, I grew up with nothing, right? So like I have an opportunity. I need to take advantage of this opportunity and really go full blown at it. So that's how I got into radio.
Interesting. That's super cool. What is it like working for iHeartRadio? What is that like?
I love it. I love working for iHeartRadio. It has given me, and iHeartMedia is the actual company name. Yeah. The app is called iHeartRadio. But working for iHeartMedia has been tremendous. I mean, I've had opportunities in my career that I otherwise would have never had. You know what I'm saying? If not for iHeart. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm very grateful for iHeart. I'm very appreciative of all the opportunities that I have been given, all the opportunities that I have been, given the platform to have a chance taken on me. And there was a lot of people that have taken chances on me, and a lot of people that, basically put their names out there for me, for whatever reason, personal relationships, they see something in me as a radio jock, as a programmer, whatever the situation may be. And I appreciate those people because, man, this is an industry where, I hate to say it, but it's like anything else. It's not what you know, it's really who you know. If you know the right people, you're going to have an opportunity to do something. You're not guaranteed a damn thing, right? But you'll have an opportunity at least. So for me, it's like, if I get that opportunity, just give me that opportunity. I'm going to knock the door down and we're going to be off to the races. You know what I
mean? Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. How is it getting to be on like Z100? How is that?
Oh, it's a dream come true. It's an absolute dream come true. I mean, this is what I've been wanting to do. When I started radio 13 years ago, my goal was to be at Z100. It's, the biggest station on the planet. Yeah. It's an iconic station. When people say world famous Z100, it's not a gimmick. It's not a slogan. It's not something cute to throw in front of. No, this is legit. This is no joke. Everybody and their mother knows Z100. So many artists from the UK and Australia and all, different walks of life, different countries and continents, they know what the deal is. They know, they know Z100. You know what I mean? And to be part of this lineage and to be part of this history as a New Yorker, as a kid who grew up listening to Z100, you know what I mean? It's I catch myself, and it's been a couple months, I catch myself still like, yo, I'm really here. Like, you put my name with all these other radio legends and icons, and like, we're not ranking them, but my name is on that list. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a huge list of people, you know what? My name is now on that list, and that excites me.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you like about getting to work for Z100? And yeah.
I mean, it's been so early, it's tough. I mean, everybody that is anybody knows about Z100, like I said before. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities here. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, not only here at Z100 to interview artists and celebrities and be able to rub elbows and shoulders with all these different people because of COVID. Maybe you got to rub elbows instead of shoulders, right? But there's a lot of people, to meet potentially. On top of that, I mean, being in New York City, being in radio station number one and market number one, it's going to allow me selfishly, other opportunities outside of radio, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I gotta, expand my horizons long term. I'm not doing anything like that anytime soon because I just don't have the time for it. I'm focused on my main job. That's Z100.
Yeah.
And then after that, after a few years and such, then, it would behoove me not to see what I can do on my free time, what I can do as like a little side hustle. You know what I mean? If I don't have to be at the radio station till 2-3 o'clock, well, damn, what am I doing from 8 to 1, right? Let's try to make some money. Let's try to do things that passion projects that I can get paid for. So
yeah, I like that. How did you get hired for iHeart? Yeah.
I just applied. I mean, I was at a point in my career where I was applying at every job possible. When I had my interview with iHeart Des Moines in Iowa, I didn't even know where Des Moines was on the map. My whole first interview, I didn't even know where I was interviewing for. I just remember him saying, "Would you move to Des Moines?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I had no idea what Des Moines was. Excuse me, I had no idea where it was. I just wanted to get back into radio because I was out of it for a little bit. Working at I was delivering pizzas, literally delivering pizzas when I got that call to on my first interview. And I was late by like 15 minutes. And like the owner of the pizza shop was like annoyed with me or whatever. And I told him honestly, I said, "Listen, I had a job interview. Like, I'm sorry." And they understood, but it was a Friday at like 5 o'clock. That's like peak pizza time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out of here being 15 minutes late. You know what I mean? And I remember wanting to rush off the phone to get to this delivery pizza thing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, chill out, bro. Like, why are you rushing to get off the phone? Like, stay on the phone. Fuck these pizzas. You know what I'm saying? Forget about these pizzas for a second. So that's how I got into Des Moines and then kind of been working my way there for the last 8.5 years.
That's cool. Where did you learn how to be a radio DJ?
When?
Where did you learn how to be a radio DJ? Yeah.
To me, I mean, when I learned, it was, I guess, just on the fly. I didn't really sit down and take notes on one day of class. You know what I'm saying? It was very simple to me, and it was very simple. The idea was simple. It's not very simple. The idea of be yourself, turned up to 10, be compelling, be interesting. And then before I knew it, you're watching other people do it, you're listening to other people doing it, you're listening to radio completely differently than you ever were before. And then you sit there and go, okay, no problem. We're going to be off to the races and learn as much as we can. And learn on the fly. I'm still learning to this day. Still to this day, I'm learning. Wow. Anybody that thinks they know it all should be out of the game, period. I had a meeting yesterday where like my boss was telling me things that I didn't even realize that I was kind of taking this route on air. And he basically told me like, yo, come this way a little bit. And it's those things where like that little tinkering of it, you're like, yeah, how come I didn't think of that? You know what I'm saying? Literally, it's something as simple as like, it's here, right? I'm doing it here. And this is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This is good. And all of a sudden my boss tells me, yo, it's like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's so much better. And it's like those little things, you know what I'm saying? And I think when you have that open mind to know that like, yo, my thing is right here and it sounds good, but I know I still got this whole open space right here for people to move it around. And as long as I trust people, I'm going to be good. The moment you box yourself in here and you don't want to move, it's a wrap. You should get out of the business if you think you know it all.
I like that. For anyone who wants to be a radio DJ for iHeart, what do you recommend they should do?
Network as much as they can, man. Reach out to as many people as you can. Utilize social media. Send DMs. Bro, if you send a random DM to somebody, you know what's the worst they could do? Ignore you.
Yeah.
And it's like it never happened. Done. Next. That's it. Keep going down that line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my best advice. Network as much as you could.
That's good. I like that. What is your, what is the hiring process? What was the hiring process like for iHeart?
Every market is a little different. More specifically, New York City, you kind of audition.
Yeah.
And because of COVID, things are a little weird, but typically it's, you send in an air check, maybe even 2 or 3, depending on how long the process is. And then you do multiple interviews, whether it's in person. Now, because of COVID, a lot of people are relying on Skype and Teams and Google and all these other things. So it varies, but it's as simple as any other job. The only thing is that you have to send in an air check or a demo of your work, and not a best of either. People don't want to hear a best of.
Yeah.
And I think it behooves you if you send the best of, because if you send me a best of and I know it's a best of and you still ain't good, and this is supposed to be your best, I'm not interested, dog. We out.
Yeah.
So if you just send me your random Thursday afternoon shift and I can get an idea of how you sound, then we're in business because I can help you. But if you think this is your best work and it's the drizzling shits, nah, dog, it's a no for me.
Yeah, I like that. What is your favorite thing about getting to work for iHeart?
Yeah, giving people the opportunity to do things they otherwise would never do. I love hooking people up with concert tickets, backstage passes, all that stuff. That shit is fun to me. You know what I'm saying? I grew up poor. I grew up with nothing. So for me, I have the opportunity to hook people up and give them a memory they'll never forget. Yo, sign me up. I'll do that shit all day, man. I love that. That's the most fun part. Yeah. Giving people the opportunity to do things they otherwise would never do, and bringing my family involved, getting my family involved, having my sister to meet Taylor Swift, or my girlfriend to meet her favorite artist, Macklemore, like all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff is cool to me.
That's awesome. For anyone who wants to get a mentor, should they message the local radio DJ? What do you recommend?
Yeah, I think, again, this goes back to what I was saying before, networking. Just start with your local market and then start branching outward. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for a mentor specifically, I always suggest, start wherever you're willing to drive. So let's say there's another city 45 minutes away. If you're willing to drive that 45 minutes, DM everybody in that city. If there's another market 2 hours away and you're willing to make that drive once a week, twice a week, DM that city. But don't do it. Don't hit anybody up that you're not willing to constantly communicate with or drive to. That's just a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, I like that. That's all the questions I typed up. Yeah, I can't think of any other questions. I think that's all, and I think that's good. Yeah.
All good. I appreciate it, Jacob. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully my answers help you and anybody else that'll eventually watch this.